To live the life you've always wanted, I think you have to know what's the most important thing or important things in my life. And you can do this later. You can just make a little list of the things that are the most important in your life right now. And then prioritize that list, right? I hope God winds up in your top couple. When we say that awareness is curative, so that when you're aware of the truth, that actually starts the healing process. So the ability to change your life, I think, comes through free will and choice. Because God gave each of us free will and because God gave us choice, we have the capacity, and it goes all the way back. It starts with Adam and Eve in the garden, where it says in the Bible that God gave Adam dominion over all that was in the garden, right? And because Adam chose to eat the apple, right? Because he chose, that set him on a journey, his spiritual journey. He started if he never ate the apple, right? He never would have started his own journey. Right? And so that's really important. People think, oh, no, that was the beginning of all the bad. No, that was the beginning of us waking up. Because up until that point, he didn't really have any choice. Right? So you have the ability to initiate your spiritual growth. We all have that ability. Right? We know where we need to be more loving. We know where we need to be more forgiving, where we need to be more patient, where we need to be more conscious, where we need to be more giving. We know that already. We just pretend like we don't. But we know that. We know where our spiritual work is. Right? And so we have the ability to consistently take action in such a way that our consciousness gets lifted up. See, this is really what the Christ path is to choose your own spiritual growth. I'm going for my growth. I know this is hard, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to forgive. I know this is hard, but I'm going to love here anyway. I know this is hard, but I'm going to do it. I think because of the teaching that we are in Science of Mind, we say, well, you got to be definite with the infinite. You got to know the outcome. And sometimes you have to know the outcome for a long time before it actually outpictures. That means that sometimes you have to say somebody is lovable for a long time before they show up as a glimmer of lovable, So we have to know the outcome, but I think also hold it loosely, because people often say, well, I don't understand. Am I definite with the infinite, or do I let go and let God? And the answer is yes, right? You have to know the outcome, but hold it very, very loosely, as in this or something better. Because if it doesn't look like what I think it should look like, and God knows it often does not, what I have to know, what's principled to know, is that good is coming from this, that God could use even this for my greater good. So, we do work in consciousness, we meditate, we pray, and then we take some action. So you got to know the outcome, hold it loosely. You do work in consciousness, you take some action, and then you look and see, gee, did that action do any good? Am I going in the right direction, or am I spinning my wheels here? Right? In which case, I'm either getting closer or I'm getting further away. And then I get to adjust, which is why you want to be holding it loosely. It's very hard to adjust if you're not holding loosely, right? And that often part of that adjustment is like, oh, God, I just surrender. I just surrender again and again and again. Do you have those days where you feel like you surrender so much that there's really no point in getting up? You should just stay down on the floor. I slide out of my prayer chair onto my knees, and I say, oh, God, I know I'm not doing begging prayers, but since I am down here, I will just surrender all. My thoughts, my opinions, my judgments, of which we know there are so many. And just on and on and on. So to be able to adjust, we do have to hold things lightly and be willing to surrender. So what beliefs do not serve you? You probably already know, don't you? They're not unfamiliar, are they? But if you could identify them, that would be great, because awareness is curative. That's the beginning of the healing. And don't you know that it has to change? that that particular belief has got to change. Oh, and by the way, only you can change it. And now is the time. Right now. Any time between now and right now is the time to change it. Because your consciousness right now, today, is better than it has ever been. Isn't that good news?